Happy Vlogmas. I hope that you are having a really great day. I was going over what exactly I wanted to talk about today. And I decided on sharing my 2024 year in review. And the reason I'm sharing this is because I joined kind of an author success support alliance group thing very recently. And I joined at the perfect time to end up in the planning meeting for next year. And a large part of the planning meeting was to go over what you did and how you did in the current year. And I felt like I didn't do so great in the past couple of years for a variety of reasons. They don't matter overly much beyond that. One of the reasons, and probably the most prevalent, was grief. I was still heavily grieving the loss of my soul dog, my soul puppy, and my grandmother. Losing the two of them within a month of each other, it did a really big number on me. Sorry, I'm not digging this light being so bright down there. That's better. So I wasn't super okay for a long time, even though I was going through the motions and trying really, really hard to do all the things that keep me joyful and happy and going. And part of what keeps me joyful, happy, and going is completing tasks. It does a thing for me. I love it. And to be fair, it may be that I love that because it flies in the face of everything I was told growing up about not being able to do things. It's entirely possible that I am doing a large part of it out of spite. I feel no shame in that. If spite is what keeps you going, rock on. So, as we started to go through things, at first I thought, because I checked on how many books I published this year, and it was 2. And I was like, I still only got 2 books published this year? Jeez. And y'all, that was not all I did this year. Not by a long shot. I did only publish 2 books this year. I published Olivia's Fall and A Dream of Blood and Olivia's Prison were the ones that I published this year. So I got those published, but I also attended 2 writing conferences, one in February, which was a lot of a dumpster fire, one in June, which was amazing. I loved it. I had so much fun, and I'm going back there this year. So yeah, that's going to be fantastic. I rewrote the entire Sin series, had it edited. That's 4 books. Yep, so I went through and rewrote, not a complete rewrite, but added in things that I didn't feel comfortable adding in before. So I did a complete rewrite of 4 books. I plotted and half wrote book 5. I found a book that I lost, because I wrote it and I flipped and forgot about it. So I found that and made that plus the new book 5 part of a Kickstarter that I ran this year. It's successfully funded, even though I was I was lightly poisoned. Technically, it's not poison, but I'm allergic to pork, so one of my family members, even knowing that I can't handle it being in the air, was still cooking it inside the house, and I feel like that's it. I felt a little poisoned about that. So, while poisoned isn't the exact correct word, it is the one I am using, and please take into account my personal definition when judging that. So, I plotted 2 other books. I wrote a novella. I had the entire Sin series re-edited, which I think I already said, but I did have that fully edited by a brand new editor. I started working with a new editor. She is fantastic, by the way. Love her. And I planned out 2 more series. One is a full book kind of series, and the other is a series of novellas, which is what the novella I wrote was for. In addition to all of that, I was working as a PA, doing various tasks throughout the year, working closely, especially closely with one of my clients. And I teamed up with my good friend Lisa, and we started a school, Grounded Chaos, for PAs. We teach people how to do PA work, which is essentially teaching them how to do author work, but in a slight step to the right or left, whatever capacity, because they aren't the author themselves. It has been a beautiful, full, glorious year in which I did a ton of stuff. But even still, when I looked at the fact that I only published 2 books, I was still giving myself shit. And that's the point of all this. It's not really about how much you accomplish. It's more about celebrating what you do accomplish and how much of it you do actually in fact accomplish. Because let's face facts, the author world is not the only facet of our lives. And we're doing a ton of other things outside of the author world. So, yeah, give yourself credit, give yourself grace. If you're going through it, don't be mad at yourself if you're not living up to the productivity expectations you have. It will only hurt you to do that. And there are so many people out there in this world that are really happy to hurt you. Whatever you do, don't let yourself be one of them. You should treat yourself better than anyone else does. Sorry, I have a hair. But that's my point here. you should treat yourself better than anyone else does. And you should be giving yourself credit and grace and just not being down on yourself for over planning. And it's something that a lot of us are guilty of. I do work with clients on that. We call them accountability sessions, but a lot of what I do is, hey, that sounds like a really big project. Maybe we should, yank it back a little bit. Maybe we should write a little bit less every year. Or even if you don't write less, then maybe you just need to not put it on a specific schedule where you are needing to meet certain deadlines. Like maybe you do still write however many books in a year, but you don't have a specific date scheduled. You don't have your pre-orders put up on Amazon where you can't easily change them. Also, very soon, when I find out more about this GPSR nonsense with Ingram Spark, that, according to the email that they sent out this morning, which was about as clear as muddy water, we're speaking to one of their representatives next week, so I will be giving an update and telling you guys what Ingram Spark specifically has said and what is going to be required of us, what information they're going to be needing us to put in our books so that we are in compliance, all that good stuff, because I know it's a big concern. Nobody wants their address out for any fool to see. And I don't know about you guys, but I've had stalking experiences. I don't want any more. I don't even need any of the people that I used to be associated with that stalked me. I don't need them being able to see my address. Like, pass. Because the ability to go to the, an EU version of Amazon or whatever website and do a look inside of a book, it's astonishingly easy. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. And I will get you guys more information on it as soon as I have it. Beyond that, be good to yourself. No one else is going to be there for you the way you should be. So be good to yourself, and remember that you have to put your oxygen mask on before you put on anybody else's. I realize that's an old quote. I don't care. It's still super applicable. Alright, I will talk to you guys again soon. I hope you have a wonderful night, and yeah. May you all wake rested, refreshed, and ready to kick the crap out of your day.